Hello, my name is April Sather. I am UCI's Assistant Chief Information Security Officer and am presenting these slides on behalf of UCI's Privacy Office. In this segment, we will talk about supplier privacy reviews, specifically privacy reviews that are associated with the procurement of software solutions here at UCI. Learning objectives. First, we'll cover what is privacy, followed by when is a privacy review needed when procuring software? What are some of the common questions to ask suppliers? What are some privacy red flags to be aware of? And finally, where do you direct questions about privacy? UCI respects the privacy of individuals, and privacy, of course, plays an important role in human dignity and is necessary for an ethical and respectful workplace. There are two key privacy principles to keep in mind: autonomy privacy and information privacy. Autonomy privacy is an individual's ability to conduct activities without concern of or actual observation. And then there's information privacy. This is the appropriate protection, use, and release of information about individuals. When it comes to software, both principles may come into play. Each year, hundreds of software applications are purchased or renewed at UCI. UCI has a duty to protect individual privacy and to safeguard the information in our care. From a $50 PAL card purchase to a multi-million-dollar enterprise application suite, it is important to pause, to consider privacy when the application involves working with individually identifiable information. There are 3 points where a privacy review may come into play. First, and most commonly, a review may take place during the evaluation and purchase of new software. The second opportunity for a privacy review can be at the point of renewal. Old agreements often contain outdated terms, and renewals are a great time to ensure that we update them to include the latest addendums and terms. The third opportunity is when a new use is envisioned for an existing software application. Software that is deemed suitable for one type of information may not be appropriate for another, or may require additional privacy protections to be enabled through configuration, business process, or contract. So, how do you know if the software you are procuring may need a privacy review? Our updated software questionnaire guides requesters through the process. This slide shows an example of information with potential privacy considerations. These are all examples of areas where an individual would have a reasonable expectation of privacy when it comes to their personal information. Taking a few minutes to complete this questionnaire at the beginning of the process can help prevent a software purchase from being slowed down by an unforeseen privacy consideration later on. Depending on the answers to these questions, your application will automatically be routed to privacy for review as part of the overall software procurement process. Or, if you would like to reach out to privacy directly with specific questions, that is another option. Contact information is provided at the end of this presentation for the UCI Privacy Office. There is a shared responsibility model when it comes to privacy during the software procurement process. UCI's responsibilities are listed on the left side of this slide, and the supplier's ability to help us meet those obligations appear on the right. UCI is obligated to protect privacy rights and comply with applicable laws. Knowing which laws apply can be a challenge itself, which is another reason that we have added more specific questions to the software procurement questionnaire mentioned earlier in this presentation. Data classification is where it all starts. At UCI, this means understanding the data that will be processed, stored, or transmitted by the application, as well as its protection level, P1 through P4. For more information about protection levels, please visit security.uci.edu. Privacy by design includes the principle of embedding privacy into the design of the software application. This includes strong privacy default settings, appropriate notice, and overall user centricity, all while not sacrificing security. Data minimization simply means that an application should only collect and use as much data as required to successfully accomplish the desired task. And finally, risk reduction. An example of risk reduction includes the privacy review itself. A privacy review involves a thoughtful examination of administrative controls and supplier practices. This includes examining documentation provided by the supplier, and in some cases, reaching out to the supplier directly to answer the following questions. Did we make it clear that UCI owns the institutional information and that we intend to keep ownership of it? Can the supplier show us who will see, access, and use our institutional information? Can we limit their access to the minimum necessary to complete the task? Does the supplier's practice match our standards when it comes to privacy? Where do they keep the institutional information? For how long? Do they use this information for their own operations? And finally, and perhaps most importantly, how prepared is the supplier to detect, correct, and notify us of privacy lapses? There are a few privacy red flags that we wanted to draw your attention to. First, suppliers who want to sell our information to others. Resistance to breach notification requirements. Sellers who don't have a privacy statement or policy, for example, on their website. And agreements that exempt suppliers from all liability. These are all privacy red flags that we look for during the privacy review. We hope that you found this brief overview of privacy reviews during the software procurement process helpful. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at privacy@uci.edu or directly. Thank you.